weekend with UConn, but we're back. It's all good. So yeah, I mean, we had a good fight night last week. The fights were okay, but we have a big card coming up this week with Yuri and Carlos Olberg here. But just
Yeah.
going based off last week's card, we have kind of three main overall takeaways from that card. The first one I would probably say is sparring partners fight each other.
I mean, it's always, I feel like it's going to happen. And you got to be man
Mhm.
enough to make it happen. So I shout out to those two for actually going through with it and fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a whole thing. That they didn't really want to go at each other. You kind of saw it in the fight until at the end. It kind of got a little bit better at the
He
end there
got
with the
fucked up. He got
yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah. So I mean, but it was weird that Chris Duncan kind of admitted it that he would get the best of him in sparring. Why would you say that? But it is what it is. Second takeaway, I kind of think this one's an interesting one, man. Is do you think Tommy McMillan is the real thing, or were you not impressed with that performance?
Not at all. That style of fighting will work with that opponent, but as he goes up, like it wasn't clean. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't get a take. He got caught a lot. Like when he fights really good, like people, he's gonna have to refine his striking a lot. Like it was
Mhm.
really bad striking. It works with that a person that's willing to dance with you like that, but he's gonna get knocked out against some like really good competition.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit performative, though. I think he's going for the whole tattoo, messy hair, kind of. Obviously, he's in the same camp as a Sean O'Malley kind of thing, but I don't see the skill just yet. Again, he did struggle a little bit versus Cheney there a little. It was
Yeah.
like you said, it wasn't clean. It wasn't what we thought it was going to be. Do you
No.
take like kind of issue with that being fight of the night?
Not really, because based on the other ones, it was really fun. Like it definitely hit the entertainment factor because they both were
Yeah.
throwing from the opening like bell. So like
Hmm.
as far as like what kept you in your seat from beginning to end, out of all the fights, that one definitely was the one that they were going.
You would give it to him over Alicia Pereira?
Yeah, because the other girl really wasn't landing anything. I thought Alicia Pereira had one of the finishes of the night. That was
Okay.
awesome.
She
You
did
don't
have.
get
She
to
did.
see
Yeah.
girls like that get knocked out in that way, cold like that. So that was awesome. But as far as like the Haley Cowan wasn't really offering much to make it
Hmm.
like fight of the night. Both people got to offer something.
And this one's a kind of a little bit closer to home here. We finally saw Kai Kamaka, the fight in Hawaiian. He finally made his debut in the UFC after he told us he was going to make the debut.
He
He
would
got
come
in there,
back.
he got the split decision. What did you think of his overall fight? Did you see it or did you?
I watched. I watched. I thought he looked lame. I thought he sucked. Honestly, I thought he lost the fight. I love you, Kai, but I thought he lost the fight. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm being honest, unbiased commentary, I thought he looked all right.
Mhm.
But I thought Dakota won the fight. But you know what? I'm
Yeah.
happy for him. I'm happy he got the nod. It was a boring fight. It wasn't anything special. But it was against two guys that are both on short notice. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like you said, 2 weeks, 3 weeks notice, maybe if that.
Yeah, and the other guy too. The other guy had only a week too, so it's just like, all right, I'll give them a chance. Both of them can get a chance.
Yeah. It's just tough because last time we saw him fight in the UFC was 2021. And he's coming off a draw, and then he was coming off a split decision loss before that. So he really needs to get a finish, and we know he was getting a lot of finishes and Tough Enough, and
Yeah,
and all those promotions there. But yeah, he needs to get a finish soon. Hopefully, we'll see him kind of evolve a little bit more, kind of get a little bit more aggressive. We know he usually brings the fight
yeah,
when
yep,
he's in
yep.
the other promotions, but we really haven't seen that in the UFC.
Correct.
But moving on, obviously that was just a fight night. But man, we have a freaking huge. I feel like not a lot of people are talking about this fight. Obviously, the Tatsuro fight versus
Van.
what was his name versus Josh Van is out. I believe that was moved to the Jersey card, which makes that Jersey card even crazier.
Yep,
Um, yeah, so we got Yuri Prochaska versus the Black Panther Carlos Olberg. Overall, this is a great card, man. Great card. Let's start
yep.
here. Just kind of go through the overall fights here. Anything that this Vicente Luque and Kevin Gaston fight. I know it was canceled before,
That's gonna
and
be
now they
fun.
rebooked it.
That'll be
It's
a
gonna be a
lot of
book.
fun.
Hmm.
I like that.
Let's see if
Tati
we
and
can.
Loopy's fun. That's gonna be
Well, what are
very
you what are you thinking
interesting.
with that fight, man? The fall off for Tati was
I like Loopy. I think
yeah.
Loopy in a fight where it's a takedown artist versus a takedown artist and it becomes a stand up fight. I
Loopy
got to go
has
with
her
the
in the
person that's
hands.
got the better hands, and it's Loopy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I love Loopy on this play here. I'm not sure if she's an underdog yet, but I think she has the better hands here. Much faster
Yeah,
speed too, so we'll see how it goes. Man, we got Gamrot versus Esteban. This is an underrated fight here.
it is. I lean toward Gamrot. I think Esteban obviously has the better hands here, but I think Gamrot's gonna have him on his back a lot of this fight. I've been
Yeah,
in a lot of these grappler versus strikers matchups. I've been going with the grappler, and it's been working well in my favor. So first it was Charles and Max, and then it was fucking Mosvar versus who's Mosvar just beat? Fucking Lerone Murphy. And
Leroy
now I'm gonna
Murphy.
pick Gamrot versus Revenge. The grappler versus striker matchup with a guy that doesn't really fight grapplers. I usually go with the grappler.
Right, right. Man, we've said it before. We're never betting on Kevin Holland again,
Never.
but
So
just
I'm
for the fun
sticking
of
to
it,
it. I'm taking Randy Brown.
get the hate out your heart. But do you see any pathway for Kevin to win this fight at all, or do you
Yeah, I
think
think I
it
think
really
he has
depends on
the
which
I
Kevin
think he
shows
has
up?
the stand up game, but I think Randy's also a very tough target to hit. They're both coming up off some losses. Kevin, I just don't think he takes it serious enough. For I know Randy really, really wants to win this fight, and where Kevin
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck if he wins or loses the fight. So I'm gonna take Randy.
Yeah, I think Randy usually has the height advantage and the reach advantage in all these fights, but he's fighting the one fighter that has him in the reach. Obviously, it's going to be tough, but I'm gonna go Randy. I think he's gonna be a little bit more focused on this one, but we'll see
Yep.
which Kevin Holland shows up, man. It really depends on where he's at. But we haven't seen him fight in a while. But I'm going with Randy Brown on that one. This one's an
Battle of the
interesting one.
Bellator.
We got the Bellator Championship here, right before the prelims. We
I'm
got
gonna take
Patricio
Aaron. I'm
Pitbull.
gonna take Aaron Pico, dude. I thought Aaron Pico looked really good against Lerone Murphy before he
He
got caught
did,
with a
yes.
spinning elbow. I thought he was piecing his ass up.
Hmm.
I think he was someone who the company brought in and gave him Murphy off the rip because they think highly of him and they wanted to be a challenge contender. Pitbull in
Hmm.
both of his fights hasn't really looked, he got the win in the last one, he came out more aggressive, but against Ige. But I just think that Pico's younger. I think that he still has a higher ceiling. I think he really wants to avenge that fight. He needs it. Where Pitbull's at the end of his career here. So I think I'll give the nod here to Aaron Pico.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I mean, he still has some pop, man. He
Yeah.
really what jumped out to me, especially in that Leroy fight, was how fast he was.
Yeah,
His
he looked
combos are
good. Dude,
super
I was like, holy shit, he looks good. And then he just got caught with the
aggressive.
devil's hit.
He just got caught on that one. So we'll see if he bounces back. Obviously, we know what Pitbull's gonna do. He's gonna try to grab him, pull him against the fence, bring him down. But
Yeah.
I think Pico will get it done. And then we got Cub Swasson's retirement fight, man, versus Nate Lauder. Are we going with Nate with this one, or you think Cub writes out in the sunset?
This one's tough. This one's tough. I mean,
Yes, this is
I lean Cub a little bit here, just a smidge. I Nate's one of those that like he's Nate the train, right? He's gonna come. He's always in it. He gets caught though a lot. I think Cub,
hmm
like I said, these guys recently that are in their retirement fights with nothing to lose have been performing. Cub, I think, is another one of those guys that's gonna go in there and just. I think this is a good style matchup for him. I think that he can win this one. I really do. So I'm gonna lean toward Cub here.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I think I'm gonna go Nate. I'm picking Nate, and then you can't be mad at it. I feel like it's pretty much an even fight.
Yeah,
It's just I think he's gonna want it a little bit more. I think Cubs he's been retired for 2, 3 fights now, it
yeah.
seems, but I'm gonna go Nate on that one. Man, this has
Oh,
been an
the
interesting fight for
battle
me.
of the chins.
The battle of the glass chins. Who gets knocked out first?
I'm going to go with Dominic Reyes. Um, it's gonna be who lands first.
Hmm.
I think Dominic before he went against Carlos, which that was just a little bit too overmatched. But Johnny ain't Carlos. He's very
Hmm.
unorthodox striker. But I think Dominic Reyes has the more technical striking here. Johnny's all flash. So obviously there's a world where Dominic gets caught, but I think Johnny with the shenanigans is more likely to get caught first. So There's a great chance both of these guys, you know what I'm saying? If someone's gonna end up sleeping, I just think Johnny gets caught first.
Yeah, I mean, we're quick to forget. Last year, we were talking about Dominic Reyes getting a title shot. He was on a roll there.
He
He was on a
was.
roll until he was on a roll until he lost to Carlos Olberg there by KO.
Yep.
Again, it's hard because they both had kind of like crazy knockouts. I do see why Walker is what you're saying is like the shenanigans. Like it seems like he's not taking it serious as he should be.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is another one where it's like whoever gets caught first. I'll probably go
That's
Dominique on this one.
exact
I feel like, yeah, it's just hard. Yeah, I'm gonna go Reyes on this one. They'll probably catch him
yeah.
a little bit earlier. It's gonna be someone's getting knocked out though.
Yeah, for
Man, Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokit. What do you think about this whole
I'm gonna
persona that
take
Josh
Curtis.
Hokit?
I'm gonna take Curtis Blades, bro. I know that Hokit is the prospect here, and I'm all for the heavyweights getting a prospect. I just think Hokit's losing focus here. I think he's too into the games. I think he's fighting with Jiri and hotels, and he's like not even focused on the. I always tell you, you gotta focus on the fucking guy
You
that's in
say it
front
all
of
the
you.
time.
And the second that I
End up
see that
losing.
you're, the second that I see that you're not, that's where I'm like, oh, I'm all set. I think Curtis Blades is a guy that he doesn't talk shit. He's usually very quiet, very about his business. He's not the greatest heavyweight, but he doesn't suck. He's one of those that like he's a very good gatekeeper heavyweight. So this is a gatekeeper matchup for Hokit, and I just don't see Hokit locked in. I think Hokit's a guy that likes to take down, but now you're going against a guy that's known as the probably one of the better takedown guys in the heavyweight division. Reminds me of when Jilton fought Curtis, right? And we saw a
Hmm.
guy that was takedown versus takedown, and that's where Curtis, I feel like he thrives in those matchups. Um, Obviously, there's a path to victory for Hokit here, but I just think that Curtis Blades is the better wrestler of the two. Actually, I think that it's going to be a very surprising performance. I don't, maybe he doesn't get finished, but I see Curtis being able to for 3 rounds. I think this fits him well, and I think he's the more focused guy. And my money will always go with the guy that's more focused.
Yeah. I mean, height, weight, reach, everything. It seems like all Curtis the Blade's favor. I mean, obviously, you know, Josh Hogan's former collegiate wrestler, but this is
Yep.
what, like you said, this is what Curtis does. His
Yeah.
takedown defense, and he brings up against he guys up against the fence and brings them down,
Yep.
and he'll cut you up, elbows, big, huge fists. I don't. It's hard for me to see a path of victory for Hogan here. He, you
Yep.
know, hasn't really fought anyone. It is a big step up to number 4 ranked Curtis, but again, that division is so weak. I'm gonna go with Curtis Blades on this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Hogan kind of catches Curtis
Yep.
somehow. If that happens, we know exactly what the UFC is gonna do with this guy. He's gonna shoot him up all the way just because of all the shenanigans and all that stuff and all the you know the press conferences and all this stuff. But in no way do I think he's kind of representing like the best of what the heavyweight can be,
It's tough to
especially if I was
watch.
per.
It's tough to
Yeah,
watch.
it's super cringeworthy. But if that's what he's selling, we'll see what happens. I mean, this is why he's in this position so fast. He's only 2 UFC fights in, so.
Yeah.
Man, and then we got the Grim Reaper, Asmat versus Paulo Costa. We say it every time. This is probably
Guys,
his 1 year performance. He's just gonna show up, take
I don't
someone's
care
head,
who
and
he's
then leave.
fighting. I'll always go with the murderer. He's gonna come in here. Like I said, Paulo has never been knocked out cold before, and I think this is the time that we're gonna see it. Um, like I said, Paulo's a great fighter. I think he's gonna hang in there. I don't think he gets the love he deserves in there. He looked really good against Kopylov. And that last fight, like
He
he
did.
went in there and he was surgical, but Azama, man, it's just he's different. I just think when they trade in that pocket, it's different. It's gonna be something he hasn't felt in quite some time. He's 16-0 for a reason. He puts these guys to sleep. I think this is another one where I would take him by knockout. See it. I see a counter. He's gonna get put out.
Yeah. I think Ozon was a little too surgical. I'll still call him in that brawl. He kind of just goes forward, tries to take the center of the octagon and just go forward.
Yep.
And how you can't do that with Ozon. Like he moves off the center line really well, and his
Yep.
counter is just crazy. He
Yeah.
might not look it, but like you said, he's 16-0 for a reason. And if you go back and look at his highlights, this is why we always talk about this guy.
Yeah.
Take him by KO. I'm taking him by KO as well.
He's disgusting.
And then we got Yuri and Carlos Olberg. Which Yuri are we getting? Are we getting defensively sound Yuri? Or
I don't care what year it is. In a 5 round fight, the only way you beat this man is you got to put him out or you got to point fight for 5 rounds. But it's exhausting. Ask Khalil Roundtree when you try to point fight this guy because he's in your
Mhm.
face the whole fight. You're gonna hit him. He's gonna get caught with some shit that you're like, what the fuck? Why isn't he going down? And he will not go down. I think Carlos Olberg, like I said, is a good fighter. I think the last time we saw Carlos Olberg really pressured was the fight where he fought Kennedy Ninchuku, and that was the fight where he gassed out and he got knocked out. A lot of people
Yeah.
forget about that fight. And since he fought Kennedy, he really has fucking really fought
Hmm.
bumps. If you look at it, Fabio Charant, no longer in the UFC. Tafon Nuchukwi, no longer in the UFC. Nikolai Nemagoranu, no longer in the UFC.
Notorious.
Ihar Pretoria, no longer in the UFC. Dao Un Jung, no longer in the UFC. Alonzo Mennefield, one fight from getting caught. He fought an aging Vulcan. He fought Blachowicz to a boring decision, and then he got Reyes, who has a glass jaw. Like, he's been on a little streak. I won't take it away from him, but this is a whole different level. A guy that has championship pedigree, a guy that's knocked out guys. We're talking about fought Alex twice. He's fought Khalil Roundtree. He's fought Jamal Hill, and he's put
Hmm.
these guys away. He's fought Alexander Rakic, and I'm talking about knockout, knockout, knockout.
Yeah.
As far as quality of opponent, it's not like look at that. Like all these
This
guys are
resume is insane. Yeah.
top tier dudes, bro, that we're talking about. And he doesn't, like I said, these fights don't make it to the bell. They don't make it to the bell like what Olberg does. So I think, like I said, I see Olberg having early success. But the thing with Yuri is that from the opening bell, he is in your, whether it's defensive Yuri or aggressive Yuri, he is in your face from the opening bell. And you can swing and hit him. He doesn't get deterred. He actually gets more angry. The more you hit him, he gets very frustrated with himself and he charges
Yeah.
forward more and he doesn't stop. So I just think that Olberg has early success, but I think Yuri just breaks him down. And I do think we see the finish from Yuri in this fight. I do think that we see Olberg get knocked out here. I do. I see
So you're thinking
Olberg
later
getting
rounds,
tired.
third, fourth?
Yeah, I see third or fourth, just like with Khalil. They start off
Yeah.
really, really good, and man, he just breaks you down to the point where like you're exhausted. You didn't realize how tiring it was having this guy in your face, and he doesn't stop. He's going
Yeah.
to go, go, go. I think Olberg's not going to know what to do with that style of pressure because he gets guys that back up and that are fearful. Like this dude will not back up, and he can take your best shot. And I don't think Olberg can take his. That's what I'm worried
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, especially with the quality of opponents and everything. It's crazy, like this discrepancy in it. The one thing
Yeah,
that I will say about Carlos, though, that he is good at, he's good at bringing the opponent into him. He'll kind of throw like a jab and then step back, let the opponent come back, and then always hit them with a left check hook. And that's how he knocks out everyone. If you look at all his knockouts, it's always a left hand like a check hook
yeah.
after he throws the jab. If Yuri can take that punch, which I think he can, because the only person that's really been able to knock him
Is
out
Alex?
is
Is Alex?
Alex.
Yeah,
I think he should be able to. I think, yeah, you say it's just the pressure on that. There's only so long that this point fighting style kind of kick, come towards me, counter puncher thing will work. And we see what it's doing with Izzy. And this is kind of a similar style, this whole kickboxing style. So I'm gonna go with
yeah.
Yuri on this one. I don't know if he'll get the finish, but I think
And he's a dad now. I think he got that.
yeah, he's
When you
getting the
got
finish.
that
He's getting
dad
the finish.
strength, it's different.
He's getting the finish. He's getting the finish. I'm going Yuri knockout, TKO. I'll go fifth round. I
Yeah,
think it's going to be a long fight, fifth round. But man, what a fight!
great card.
If Carlos gets it done, what do you think is next for him? Can he call for anyone in that
Azamat.
division? Really?
Azamat,
Yeah.
Azamat, Azamat. I think if Azamat knocks out Paulo Costa, the people need to start talking about Azamat being a title. He should have already be talked about as a title contender, but it should be let's get fresh faces in there. Give
Hmm.
my boy Azamat a look. Fuck Magomed Ankalaev. Who even knows where he is? I want to see Azamat.
It's tough though because Ozma right now, what is he ranked? Is yeah, he's six and he's fighting. He's not even ranked. Who he's
With these
fighting?
With the inactivity of these guys, though, I feel like if he knocks out Paulo, like he should be in the top four, top five. Like, there's no way. Like guys like Jan Blachowicz and Magomed and Jamal Hill, these guys aren't fighting. Khalil
Yeah, you got
Roundtree,
to get him out of there.
these guys aren't fighting. They're nowhere to be
Yeah.
found. Khalil hasn't been
Yeah.
the same since he's been avoiding the smoke since his thing. So it's just like I feel like Azamat is that guy that deserves a chance. Like Tatsudo, they deserve a chance.
Do you see Uncle Live getting in that anytime soon, or you think he's
Uncle
kind
Live,
of he's
you know the UFC don't like him, so he's definitely gonna have to fight somebody else. He gonna have to fight somebody else. He was supposed to fight Robert Whitaker. He ducking that
yeah.
smoke because remember Robert Whitaker light heavyweight now too, so it makes it interesting. But
Very interesting. Small light heavyweight, but I think he can make some
That's what I'm
adjustments
saying.
there.
And so let's get some fresh faces.
Yeah. Overall, great card though. We'll have the official picks like with finishes and everything on the Instagram, guys. Follow, like, subscribe. We're doing better than all the other channels that I'm
We
seeing at
are.
least.
We really are.
I'm telling you, if you want to make some money, just follow
If you
whatever
guys
Nick
go watch
says.
that best bets this week, I can already, here's a spoiler. They're taking Carlos Olberg, and it's a mistake. It's a big mistake. This guy does this is the same guy that told you to bet a fucking Khalil Roundtree. I'm trying to tell you guys, just learn from your mistakes, please.
All right, guys.